You're on.
I'm ready to go.
You're on.
Early.
All alone.
All alone.
And early.
Hey, everybody. If you are just joining us,
we're early.
Welcome. We're early. Our technology is working, knock on wood.
Don't knock too hard.
All right. Don't get the dog excited. Okay.
Right.
All right. So, I'm going to tag everybody. If my arms are long enough.
I can't see that far. Why is it so far today?
Second one up. I don't know. Are we farther away?
Yeah. I think I wanted to catch this.
I like this. This
so
is
I had
good.
To back it up a little bit.
Okay. Well, if you are watching, welcome.
Oh, no. Why wouldn't it let me click on it?
Try it again. Yeah, just hit leave page and see what happens.
Hold on, let me refresh.
Okay. It's just being difficult in general.
Okay, we're just going to reload.
I'm fine with that. That's great.
We're reloading because we're waiting for everyone because we started early. Who knew that we could be early twice in a year?
It's still January.
Well, I mean, year to date. Not year to date. We did it once in December, I think.
Okay. If you're watching, please say hello. Please drop in the comments, tell us where you're watching from if you're so inclined to do so. We love having lots of questions. I'm hungry today, so this smells really good already, and we haven't even done anything.
No, because we have pre-cooked chicken.
Yep. So rotisserie chicken.
It's actually not.
Oh,
we made soup this weekend and made way too much chicken.
As you do. It's understandable. So leftovers, put them in the fridge. Mm-hmm. Kara, hi, big cold D. Yeah. Stay warm. We have cold, but we're used to the cold. Even though I complain about it, we're used to the cold. You guys are not so used to the cold.
Right.
So.
But I did see all the snow that you guys got. Oh my gosh.
Insane.
So pretty. It was so pretty.
I was tangent, everybody. We're going to talk about sauces tonight, I promise. But first, we're going to talk about the snow.
Okay.
New Orleans, Louisiana, covered in snow.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
They're not state of emergency. Everybody stayed home.
Yeah.
I wish I could just stay home when it snows.
Not up here in the Great White North. Nope. They expect us to get out.
I know.
Hey, Karen. Nice to see you too. All right. So we're going to talk about sauces today.
Yes. Let's talk about sauce.
And
why do we need to talk about sauce, Kat?
So we had our membership. We had the recipe club this week, and it was great.
There was a theme, though.
It turned out that way.
And that's why we chose sauce today.
Yeah. Because sauces are really, really important for people with dysphagia. Mm-hmm. I mean, the IDDSI structure
has an entire level that's devoted to foods with sauces, basically.
It's IDDSI level 5 called minced and moist because you need to have extra moisture in your food when you have dysphagia. Soft and bite-sized really should have extra moisture also, but
it should.
It's not necessarily always encouraged the way it should be. So we're going to make a green pepper sauce today.
Green pepper sauce, and we are going to put it on a chicken and rice dish. Hot pot.
So I have some notes here that I want us to go over, but I'm going to turn on your burner here. Turn on the burner on low.
Yours right now.
And just get it warming up. So we're going to start with some onion and some garlic. Little bit of oil in that pan is what she's doing there. We've got salt and pepper over there, which we will use. And I had a green pepper that Stephanie gave me that I cut up and took all the seeds out, took the stem out, tossed it in a little bit of oil, and it's in the oven starting to roast because green pepper skins can sometimes get tough. And so we just wanted it to cook a little bit longer.
And if we can peel, so as you cook that, we may be able to peel off some of that skin so that it's easier to blend.
Yep. Hi, Katie Lynn. Okay.
Hi.
So pan's getting hot. We're going to start the chicken and the rice. I know this is a microwave package. You don't have to microwave it if you don't want to, but you can.
No, but it has great flavor. That's why. Yes.
Cilantro lime rice. Okay, so I'm going to cut up some chicken and I'm going to put it in our sauce pot that we have back here behind us. And we're going to put some of the cilantro lime rice in it with a little bit of broth that we have warmed up back there. And I'm going to cut this chicken so when the chicken falls apart, this is really important for anyone with dysphagia that still wants to eat meat, which I do recommend because it's going to help your iron levels. It's going to help your protein levels. Really important. Okay, so it shreds this way. So we want to cut it this way so we can get those shreds shortened. Hi, Edie. So that they will, blend easier. But if we cut this small enough, it'll be minced and moist from the beginning.
Right. So I want to talk just a little bit too about meat and dysphagia because I know a lot of people who have dysphagia just have such a hard time with meat because, and we were talking the other night in our recipe club about why meat is so hard. And it's because the protein structure of meat is so dense that it's very hard to get it without texture. And so for a lot of people with dysphagia and that have texture issues, meat is just hard or doesn't feel or taste right, or it's just not an easy thing to do. One of the things that I recommend is don't blend meat by itself. It needs something with it to help lighten that structure. But the protein in meat is more dense. You get more protein per ounce than you would by any plant-based protein. So that's why it's important to try to find a way and not steer away from meat, but try to find a way to make it so that you can tolerate it.
Yep, exactly. So someone had submitted a recipe, which was a really simple, easy, great dysphagia appropriate recipe for a pureed level. And Stephanie had started to talk about other things to add to it besides the liquid that was recommended in the recipe. And I accidentally flipped to the next page and had gravy on the next page. And she was like, oh my gosh, we think alike. I was like, yeah, we do.
That's exactly. So gravy helps. We're doing ours with rice so that starch will help. So there are lots of things that will help your meat to blend smoother if that's what you need.
Yep. So I just cut up this chicken really, really finely. And I just did it with a knife. You can do it with a food processor if you want. So it's already in little tiny pieces. If I rub it through my fingers, it's just going to continue to get smaller and smaller.
So as we add moisture to that, it's already at minced and moist level. So we're starting at a level 5.
We are. You could start at a level 6 if you want, but it's completely up to you and what you need.
Now here's the deal too. Rice, often very, very difficult for anyone with dysphagia.
Yep.
Particularly if you're eating rice without a sauce.
Right.
Now my goal in this meal is that it's going to have enough body and gravy that you don't have to worry about the rice being particleized.
Right. I like that.
I just made it
Very nice. Do you want to throw some of that in here and we'll just start heating it low and slow?
Yes.
I think our pan, I'm going to set this right in front of you. I'm going to grab this. So anytime you're cooking, and I don't know that you'll be able to see it from there because this pan is dark, but anytime you're cooking anything, you want your oil to have a little shimmer in the pan. That's how you know it's ready. If your oil is too cold when you put your food in, it's going to take a lot longer to cook and it may stick. Now, if you have a non-stick pan, it shouldn't stick, but we want you to start off with as much success as possible. So hot pan, but you don't want the pan so hot that the oil is smoking. Perfect.
Which we get to talking and we often have smoking pans.
We do.
So we try not to. It's okay if you guys warn us that we have smoking pans.
All right, so I'm just gonna toss these onions in a little bit of that oil just to get them coated. And then we're gonna add the garlic. And we're gonna keep this on low heat. I'll run my finger over, oh yeah. She's like, no, you're not gonna run your finger over that. Don't do that at home.
No.
I've been doing this for a long time.
Doesn't mean that it's right.
It doesn't mean that it's right. Okay, so hot pan right behind you. Okay, so
we're gonna go ahead.
We're just gonna let this go a little bit. We're gonna stir it frequently so nothing gets dark. We don't want it browning at all. Stephanie is adding the broth to our chicken and rice, and we're just gonna let that come up to temperature. So for the rest of our sauce, we're gonna take the green pepper that's in the oven and
make a sauce.
And we're gonna make a sauce. So we're gonna use some of that broth in our sauce to help us blend it. And we're gonna blend it in our little personal sized Ninja Blast because it has the pop top lid that will help us vent so that nobody gets burned. Okay. All right, I'm gonna check our green pepper and see how it looks. Oh yeah. Okay, so there are a couple of pieces here that I can pick up by the skin because it's nice and
the skin is starting to bubble. Some of you may have seen if you have a gas stovetop, you can just hold the whole pepper until it starts to blister and then you can peel that skin off. You can do that too. It's a little bit riskier.
It is.
In terms of burning yourself.
The other thing we could do with this is we could put these in a bowl, cover it with plastic wrap, and then let it sit for 10 minutes while the steam gets the rest of the skin off. So just kind of showing, you can just cut the bell pepper in half, take out the seeds, coat it with some oil, put it in there, and you should be able to get the skin off fairly easily. Do you have to? No, but you're gonna have more success blending it smooth if you get the skin off. Also, you can buy bell peppers that are peeled in the jar. Usually they're red peppers.
And this would be really good with the red pepper. Also, we didn't have a red pepper.
Correct.
I don't know that this one's gonna peel. I don't know that this was...
That's okay. We're just gonna throw it in here. You get the general idea. So our garlic started to brown just a little bit, not enough to be hard, but enough to be fragrant. So I'm just gonna take some of these and start throwing them in here.
Yeah.
We're gonna pretend that we peeled them all.
It may have been easier had we left it whole.
Yeah, probably should.
Or half.
It was an afterthought on my part.
Well.
But now you all learned and you won't have to make that mistake.
But see, it will just peel off like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Hot.
They're hot, be careful. Okay. So, get those all stirred together. So we opted to not make a basic gravy because we've made gravy before.
Right. But gravy is an excellent sauce to choose.
And you can flavor gravy just about any way you want to.
Right.
So, you still have that towel?
I set it right over there with the...
So, we want extra moisture in our food. We want you to get all of your food in your mouth into one piece, right? It's called a bolus.
Well, it's not one piece, but after you chew it, you need to be able to keep it together.
Okay.
So that's where moisture or gravy so that things don't just fall apart in your mouth. You want to have enough moisture that it kind of holds together in a ball. Yeah, or bolus, that is the term.
Okay, I'm adding our broth to this. And I'm just going to add enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And we're just going to let this simmer for a few minutes. Okay. So you can make just about any kind of sauce out there. So I have a list. You also have quite a variety of sauces here next to you.
Way too much.
Should we go through them?
Yeah.
And just talk about the different kinds of sauces?
Yeah.
Okay, and I would love for anybody that's watching to put in the comments what your favorite sauce is.
Right. So let's start with the most common.
The most common.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Ketchup will add moisture. It will add whatever it is that will help to keep that bolus together, that ball together with the food in your mouth as you chew. So ketchup is probably the most commonly sold sauce there is out there.
Yes. Yep.
So that's one. With that said, mustard. So I had some other mustard too. I don't have it right now. Still in the
Mustard.
fridge.
There are so many varieties.
Well, I have 3 or 4 different kinds of mustard, but mustard could also be considered a sauce. Yes, Kara.
Gravy, mayo.
Gravy. So mayo, yes. Who doesn't love a good Duke's mayo?
And we have made mayo.
We have taught you how to make mayo.
Yes. Okay.
It's been a long time.
It has.
Wowee.
I know. I think that was last summer. Queso is Mexican food with sour cream pureed with avocado. So sour cream is a sauce. Avocado can be made into a sauce. Garlic aioli. Mayo with some garlic, maybe some herbs or speaking my language.
Yep.
Okay.
So here's another common one.
It's very popular in our neck of the woods up here.
Very popular.
Yep.
So ranch dressing or any kind of dressing really could be your sauce.
All of them. Yes.
Barbecue sauce.
My favorite.
We've got a few.
And there are multiple kinds of barbecue sauce.
There are. This one's my favorite.
That's a good one.
It's a mustard base.
I was going to say, I think it has mustard in it,
It
doesn't
does. It does. But any kind of barbecue sauce would be considered a sauce. Obviously, it's in the name. I had some teriyaki sauce. Teriyaki sauce is an option.
If we weren't going this direction, that would be delicious on our chicken. And rice. Yeah. Karen says, I love mushroom with onion and herbs. Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
Garlic parmesan, speaking my language. Yep.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Love my hot sauce.
Yep.
This is taco sauce, which is kind of a thinner salsa maybe. But then I also have salsa.
Yep.
And we're going to blend up some salsa today. This is my salsa that I made, and I actually have corn in it. So we're going to see how it blends.
So, funny story, as I'm driving here today, I had called my mom, and she's learning Spanish on Duolingo, like I am. And she said, I've known forever that salsa is sauce, but I didn't know that salsa literally means sauce. And I was like, yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? And we just all call it salsa, and we know that we're talking about Mexican salsa. But salsa could be any of these in Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah. So sauce helps with flavor. It helps with moisture in your mouth and getting things down because it's really hard to eat when you're dry.
Yes. And people are dry when they have dysphagia because it's so hard to get things down that you probably aren't getting enough moisture in your food or drinking enough water. When it's hard,
everything kind of goes downhill. So sauce also helps with texture, like the way things feel in your mouth is really, really important. And for those of you with dysphagia, you're now hyper aware of how things feel. And so sauces, different kinds of sauces, they all have different textures and they feel differently. And so some of them may help and make it feel and taste better, and some may make it worse. So we want to help find the ones that are the best for you. Okay.
I'm going to blend up some salsa. This is a zucchini salsa.
Really looking forward to this. So sauce also helps with calories. Because this sauce is calorie dense. One of the ones that I think Kara said earlier, avocado, calorie dense. So if we can add sauces that are calorie dense, that can help with your nutrition status in general. Yep. So we also like coconut milk for like curry sauce, like Indian curry. It's made with coconut milk. We can make a lot of other things with coconut milk too.
Coconut milk is maybe a little bit thinner and it wouldn't bind as much as like a thicker sauce like barbecue or mayo. But yeah, whatever.
But it's high calorie because it's got fat in it. It's got all that coconut oil in it. So it also makes, as Stephanie said originally, sauce helps get protein blended to a better texture, which makes it easier to eat. So the sauce itself may not be nutritionally dense, but the sauce is going to help you get the nutritionally dense food into your belly.
Just checking. Smell it. Smells okay?
It smells okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been canned for a while, so you never know.
Yeah.
And we don't like to take chances with canned food.
Just checking.
We don't. Okay. So I'm going to grab our pepper sauce and we're going to spoon it into this blender.
Ooh,
How's it taste?
it's
Is it
delicious.
vinegary?
Vinegary, spicy. Really good.
Okay. So this sauce is going to be a thinner sauce. Had we wanted to, we could have added a little bit of flour to it, whisked it in to the fat that was on our peppers and onions and garlic before we added the liquid, and basically made it gravy. Because really that's all gravy is you add flour and some sort of fat together, and then you whisk in your liquid. And you whisk it in real slow and steady so that you don't get any lumps. Okay.
Good job.
Thanks. I'm hoping you didn't speak too soon.
You made me a little nervous there, but
I'm sure I did. I made
You
myself
got
a
it.
little nervous. Oh, I got one drip down the backside. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn our chicken and rice off and just put the lid on so it holds heat, but we don't want it to cook anymore. So as we do every time we do this, we're going to talk about safety. Anytime you put anything hot into a blender, if you were using this one, we'd have you put the towel over the top. Because this one is vented, we can set it here, but you don't want it. You don't want that.
you don't want it
open.
sealed closed.
Okay. So it's on. We're going to push start. We want that air, that hot air, to be able to escape so it doesn't explode and burn us. Really, really, really important.
So she has it just barely.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they could see it.
It's open. So the other thing about sauces, after we blend them, we can strain them if we need to. Okay. Let's taste.
Ooh. Ooh, it smells so good.
It smells like fresh roasted green pepper. So it's green. It's going to be so flavorful. And we may need to blend it again, but we're also going to set this aside. Oh,
That is delicious. I think we can blend again.
I think we can too.
Because how many of you have heard us blend again?
Blend again.
Just blend again. If it's not smooth enough, blend again.
Or if it is smooth enough, blend again anyway.
That is really tasty, and it's going to be delicious with.
So I like to look for recipes before we get started with things to see what's out there. There are no recipes on the internet for a green bell pepper sauce.
So we just made it up.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I like green bell peppers more than I like red bell peppers. Not that I don't like red bell pepper. I just like green more. Okay, here's my blended salsa.
Yep, that looks even smoother. You can make a sauce out of anything. Blend again is imprinted in my brain. Good. So you can make a sauce out of fruit, cook it, blend it, strain it. You can make a sauce out of anything with milk. So like I think Kara said earlier, Alfredo. And we could even blend this again if we need to. I'm going to leave just a little bit in here because we're going to add a spoonful of chicken and rice. And then we're going to add a little more sauce on the top. Mm-hmm. Can I taste this? Holy spicy. That's delicious. Oh my goodness.
That's good, isn't it?
It's really good. Okay, so to our blender with a little bit of our sauce on the bottom, we're gonna add a serving of our chicken and rice. So, once again, this is hot. We're gonna add a little more of our sauce to the top so everything can be incorporated well. So I make a pasta sauce out of butternut squash, tomato, and onion. I cut it all up, toss it in some oil, salt, and pepper, throw it in the oven and roast it, and then I puree it, and then I use it as a pasta sauce. So you can make just about anything into a sauce. And I feel like a lot of times when we make something, we can puree half of it and use that as the sauce on our...
We often do that.
Like a lot of times we'll puree meat with something and I will take the pureed one and put it on the not pureed one as a sauce. Okay, pop the top. Okay.
Might need a little extra.
We're gonna need a little extra liquid because starch, rice.
Oh, Stephanie.
She's pulling a cat. There we go. Now we're moving. Okay, so we are gonna need to blend this several times. Mm-hmm. So anytime you're pureeing meat of any kind, you add a starch, rice, you add sauce, and you add seasoning. So our broth has plenty of seasoning in it. So we don't necessarily need to add more salt or pepper to this. Mm-mm. But
if you're just using water to help blend it, then you'll want to add salt and pepper or salt or whatever.
Blend again.
Whatever spice you like.
Yep. So you could just do the chicken and rice blended with broth and then do the sauce over the top and do a layered dinner.
It's just doing the bottom.
That's why we like these personal size blenders, because you can shake them a little bit and get everything even more incorporated. So in my notes, it says that some sauces, as long as they're thickened to the right consistency for you, can prevent risk of aspiration. So for anyone who's at risk of their food going down the wrong tube, having a sauce can help. Does that make sense?
It depends on what their risk is.
What's causing it.
What their risk
entails. If anyone is on a I mean, everybody's different, so I'm having trouble coming up with what my notes here say is it can slow the flow of food and liquids. So it's about being able to keep up with liquids. If your liquids are too thin and you can't handle them,
that's true.
That's not good.
Oh, that's delightful.
And it's really nicely
pureed.
Yeah.
So I put quite a bit. Yeah, it's so smooth.
Of liquid?
I put quite a bit of this chicken stock to blend that chicken and rice. So if you can see this.
So green pepper, chicken, and rice with cilantro lime rice.
Yeah, the cilantro comes through beautifully. It's so good.
So I'm going to take some of our sauce and I'm going to put a little bit more on top.
And you can put a little bit of this one on too.
That salsa, oh yeah.
I could have blended this a little bit thinner, but I didn't, or a little bit smoother.
Yeah. So that would have been a blend again. Okay. So sauces can be made of just about anything. You can go to the store and buy your sauce. This chicken and rice would have been delicious with barbecue sauce or teriyaki sauce, or if you wanted to do like an Italian style dressing, so it's got a little bit of a kick to it, but it's not spicy, you could have blended that with our sauce.
Okay, we have a minced and moist here also that I will put our green pepper sauce over, because that's, even though our chicken and rice is minced and moist already, adding that little bit of sauce to it is going to help it.
Sauce makes everything better, both health-wise and flavor-wise and safety-wise when it comes to swallowing. That's so beautiful. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's so flavorful. The other thing about sauce is it carries liquid, which means it helps with hydration also.
Oh, good call. I like that.
So put sauce on everything. Okay. So add sauce. If it's breakfast, you can add this sauce to eggs. You can add this sauce to eggs. You can add almost any sauce to eggs. You can add to hot cereal like oatmeal, cream of wheat, cream of rice. You can do pureed fruit. You can do jam that's thinned out. That's considered a sauce. You could do a little bit of honey in something thinned out. You can do honey in yogurt and add a little bit of milk.
Honey itself sometimes will be helpful, especially if you're needing that thicker sauce.
So breakfast, there are lots of sauces. Desserts. I mean, restaurants have made a killing at sauces on dessert for many, many years. Chocolate sauce, caramel sauce, peanut sauce or peanut butter sauce is great for...
True.
Peanut sauce would have been great with chicken and rice also, but it's also great if you sweeten it a little bit for dessert.
Right.
So you have lots of options when it comes to sauces.
So many good things. And guys, this is delicious. Try it like this, because the chicken and rice, we added the
Broth?
I'm having word finding problems today. We added the broth while we were heating up the leftover chicken and rice. So it kind of steamed that chicken and rice. And then with the sauce over the green pepper sauce and salsa over the top, delightful.
This sauce would be good on pork. It would be good on chicken. It would be good on fish.
Oh, yeah.
So you can take just about any fruit or vegetable
And make a sauce.
Just
cook it down. Blend it with juice or water if it's fruit. Stock if it's a veggie.
Yep.
You could use fruit juice for a veggie too if
Absolutely.
you wanted to.
Any soup that you make could technically be used as a sauce on something else also.
And just so we were in our morning meeting the other day, and someone was not wanting to eat, and or one of our residents was not wanting to eat, and she's elderly and, you know, just progressing in age. And my recommendation was add sugar. So even adding a sweeter sauce to food, if you're a caregiver for someone that you're having difficulty getting food in, add one of those sweet sauces, like a sauce that's made out of jam or jelly, or
add chocolate sauce. So we do this fairly often especially with some of our people who have dementia, who are forgetting how to eat. Sugar is one of those things that people remember.
Well, and it's one of the last tastes for the elderly to lose.
So adding sugar to food, I've seen people do it for years.
Even to mashed potatoes or whatever, it's okay. Add the sugar if that helps to get things down for you. Add a sauce that's sweeter. Add a sauce that's made of something that you love.
So I'm a huge fan of honey mustard. It's a sweet, savory sauce, but we put it on chicken. We put it on salads. We put it on all kinds of things. Hi, Amber. So nice to see you.
Yes, very good to see you.
This is so tasty. And I'm glad that we didn't thicken the sauce. So I said we could have. I'm glad we didn't, because it
I like it just like it is.
A different texture, because the chicken and rice is already a little bit thicker because of that rice. This adds a different texture to it. So even though they're both pureed, you get that different mouthfeel on both of them, which is really nice.
And we just layered it on top. So we layered the sauce on top. We didn't mix it in.
Right.
It's so smooth too. And that's with chicken, with leftover dry chicken.
Dry chicken. Yeah, you're not lying. So I think this is the concern for a lot of people, is we have leftover of something and it's not moist anymore.
It's super dry. I was really worried about it, but because we added...
I'm really dry, and even that got me a little bit. I haven't had enough water today. Dehydrated.
Not a good thing.
I know.
Makes it not easy to swallow.
I know.
You know that.
I know.
Shame on you.
But extra sauce helps.
Extra sauce does help. But what I was getting at is, even if you have it's so hard to puree chicken smooth.
It is. It's impossible.
Especially the leftover breast. That's the driest part of a chicken. By adding the rice and some of the sauce in while we were blending. Delicious.
So helpful. I love it. Cool. Okay.
So we're done talking. We would love to eat. What kind of questions do you have that you can ask us while we're eating? Because we want to answer them.
Add sauce to all your food. I mean, fast food restaurants have been doing it for years, and they sell more food that way.
Yeah.
We just haven't taught people how to do it at home.
No. And it can be a homemade sauce, or it can be a sauce that you buy.
It does not have to be complicated. We can teach you how to make just about any sauce. I can teach you how to make Alfredo. We can teach you how to make gravy. We can teach you how to make teriyaki if you really want to know.
So thinking about it, marinara sauce, like spaghetti sauce.
Spaghetti sauce. We did it last week.
We did, and we made it from scratch. Well, not really from scratch.
It was canned tomatoes.
Canned tomatoes.
We added some herbs. We cooked it down for...
A little sugar. Just a little.
Just to take the bite away. We think alike.
That's why we get along so well, because we have the same thoughts at the same time.
Okay.
So I guess we don't have questions.
Okay. If you're watching the replay, we'd love to see replay and what your favorite sauce is. All right, everybody.
And just FYI, in our masterclass this Friday, we are doing this week in our membership is what I meant.
Yes.
We have our masterclass. So if the topic is functional dysphagia. So dysphagia, and we don't know why. So if anyone out there who is not in our membership is interested in that masterclass, let us know.
Yeah, shoot us a message.
Shoot us a message. There is a way to get in on it and learn from that masterclass.
Absolutely.
We would love to have you. The group, our membership is amazing.
Yep.
So supportive of each other.
So much. Yeah.
So that's this Friday at
5 p.m.
5.
If I got it wrong, hopefully one of the ladies will correct me.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday, the 24th
4th.
of January.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yikes.
So if anyone is interested in just checking out a masterclass with us, join, you don't have to join the whole membership. Just check us out.
Yeah, shoot us a message. Let us know you're interested.
We'll let you buy just a small piece of it.
Yep. All right. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday for the masterclass. If not, we'll see you here next Wednesday.
Next week.
All
And I'm
right.
sure we'll come up with something really good. But if there's anything that anybody is interested in us cooking or a topic that you want us to talk about or teach about, shoot us a message. Just send us a direct message, and we are open to anything right now.
Yep. We're happy to help you with what you need. All right.
Right.
You're welcome. We'll see you later, everybody.
Bye.